So how you structure product teams, so what kind of roles, etc., like functions you think
Yeah,
that are
so
important?
to answer your question, so product management organization can end up being relatively small compared to sort of the overall product development, you know, part of a company. Um, you end up wearing a lot of different hats because in some companies, the product manager is essentially a business manager, which I kind of experienced at Avid. It's not just coming up with a roadmap um, and making products and features happen. It's really about understanding the market, um, making a compelling business case, creating a strategy and a roadmap that really sort of serves the corporate objectives of a larger company, in this case in particular. It's helping all of the cross-functional teams do their work. Like the sales guys will call you, you'll need to help them, and they'll give you feedback too on the products from the customers, but you have to help them go to market. You have to help marketing. You have to train all of the customer service people. So there's a lot of hats you wear as a product manager. Now, and on my team, we had basically different product lines. So I would have a product management lead for every big product line. So Pro Tool software was one of them. Notation software was another. Audio hardware was another. And so you always have sort of a product manager, business owner that manages sort of different aspects of making the product and making the product successful at the same time. And then there's also this role that is super important and potentially even more important sometimes than the product manager is the product owner or product designer. There's definitely different ways different companies call this, but it's essentially the people that define the capabilities of a product, the human interaction with the product, and are able to articulate that into language that engineers can understand, whether they're software engineer or hardware engineer or even firmware engineers. And those guys are critical because they take this vision. They're the ones who have the vision for how someone's going to sit at a computer and do a particular thing. And then they basically work with teams of engineers who are going to make that a reality. And that is like hands-on, day to day. I'm sure a lot of, if you guys are interested in this, you all know the concept of Scrum teams and how that works, and now every day something's going on in this conversation. It's extremely fluid of how development happens. So the product owners were really key in the group. For me, another function that was really important was to have sort of product management operations. You need to have really smart, really process-driven people that can help you be extremely organized. Now, obviously, on the engineering side, they have very specific tool they use and specific methodologies, and a lot of people use Jira, for example, for stories and developing. Um, but um, on the product management side, you also need a lot of organization to make sure that you keep on track, and that you address all the different aspects of what you need to do. It's not just about development. It's going to be about supporting, reporting the financials. It's going to be about ensuring that all of your margin stack is fine. It's going to be about helping enable the sales force, whether they're internal or external. So the product management operation, sorry, was really key. So having a few people that help you with that is very important. And there's two others, for me, that I think should still fall under the product management umbrella. One of them is alliances and partnerships, because there are many things, especially when you're like a platform like Pro Tools. You can't do it all yourself. And there's like hundreds of really cool companies that are developing amazing innovation that you could work with. Like, let's bring this particular innovation to my platform. So you need to have vision, you need to be close to the market, and you need to be able to structure business deals and partnerships, which will involve a business component, and then it will also involve a development component as well. So
Okay.
that's a very important part of of the organization. And then finally, for me, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, I've been a marketing person before I was a product management person. And because in companies like Avid, the product management team really has um, P&L responsibilities. So I was measured on revenue and profitability, and those were the metrics that ultimately I was responsible for. So it's really key for me that we have the right go-to-market apparatus in place. And because we're so close to the product, because we're so close to the users, we're in a unique position to really inform the sales teams, the marketing teams about how they should communicate about a product or making a product successful. So I've really wanted, and I eventually got it. It wasn't the case at first, but having product marketing in my organization helped us be super successful.
Thanks.